Good morning, student. Welcome to the second lecture of unit number 2. In the previous lecture, we studied about the basic concept of memory, how processor and memory communicate with each other, and how memory functions are performed that we have discussed in the previous lecture. Now, in today's lecture, we are going to discuss about memory hierarchy. So, in this lecture, understood how each level of memory contribute to system performance and how the performance is measured. So in the design of computer system, a processor as well as large amount of memory devices has been used. So however, the main problem is that these parts are very expensive. So the memory organization of the system can be done by memory hierarchy. Okay, so it has a several levels of memory with different performance rates. But all of these can supply an exact purpose, that is access time can be reduced. So this memory hierarchy was developed depending on the behavior of the program. Okay, so let's see what is memory hierarchy actually. So the memory in computer can be divided into basic 5 hierarchies based on the speed as well as use, and the processor can move from one level to another based on its requirement. So the basic hierarchies in the memory are first one is the register, then cache memory, then main memory, then optical discs and magnetic tapes. Okay. So the first three hierarchies, that is register, cache memory, and the main memory, are volatile memories. Volatile means when there is no power and means we can say that when there is no power and then automatically they lose their stored data. Whereas the last two hierarchies, that is magnetic disks and the magnetic tapes, are not volatile memory, which means they stores the data permanently. Okay, and memory element is the set of storage devices which stores the binary data in the type of bits. So in general we can say that the storage of memory can be classified into two categories, that is volatile memory and non-volatile memory. So what is volatile memory, what is non-volatile memory, which memories are comes under volatile and non-volatile, that we have already studied in our first year. Okay, so the memory hierarchy design in a computer system mainly includes different storage devices. Most of the computers were inbuilt with extra storage to run more powerfully beyond the main memory capacity. Okay, so look at the diagram. In this diagram, we are having multiple levels of memory. Here you can see the register. This is the topmost memory, that is register. Then level 1 cache memory, level 2 cache memory, main memory. Then here is disks, optical disks and magnetic tapes, and your USB flash drives and removable hard drives. Okay, so the memory hierarchy actually it is represented by using a pyramidal structure, and in that pyramidal structure we can organize the different memory devices, or you can say that the memory devices which are basically used in our computer system, that are organized in pyramidal structure. Okay, so here are some characteristic by using which we design this. So when it will go from top to bottom, then it will go from top to bottom. Then if we consider the cost part, that is let's say cost per bit, then the register cost is maximum amongst all of these. Okay, you can see here the topmost memories are more costly and the bottommost memories are less costly. So as we go from top to bottom, the topmost memories are costlier than the bottommost memories. Okay, that means your registers are more costlier than cache memory, your cache memory is more costlier than main memory, and likewise. Okay, so cost means it is cost per bit. Okay, this cost per bit is decreases from top to bottom. Okay, or we can say it increases from bottom to top. That means the cost for removable hard drives and cost for your USB flash drives, pen drives is not that much of expensive than your main memory, cache memory, and registers. Okay. Then the next one is our accessing time. The next factor is the accessing time. So when the characteristic is our accessing time, or when we measure the memory devices according to their accessing time, that is accessing time is increases from top to bottom. Okay. Now here your access time increases from top to bottom. Okay. That means when we access a word from register, the time required to do that is small than the magnetic tape. That means the access time of registers is much more higher than the access time of your removable hard drives. But your registers are very costlier than your hard drives. So it is inversely proportional, access time and cost. Okay. Then to do that, small your registers, the time required to access the registers is smaller than the magnetic tape, and the size is increases from top to bottom. Size is also increases from top to bottom. Okay. Now what we can understood from this memory hierarchy, if you go from top to bottom, your access time increases as well as your size increases, but cost reduces. Okay. So the size of register is less as compared to magnetic tape. The next concept here is register, cache memory, and main memory are included in the system. Register, cache memory, and main memory are included in the system. And this is a fixed rigid disk. It is our online storage, or we can say that it is secondary storage. This is primary storage. Okay. And then optical discs and magnetic tape are tertiary storage. This is primary, this is secondary, and this is tertiary storage device. And USB flash drive and removable hard drives is offline storage. Okay. Then let's go to the details of this. So this is the hierarchy list. So first in the topmost part, it contains the register, and then L1 cache and L2 cache, because the cache memory here is divided into two levels, level 1 and level 2. We also having three levels of cache organization, which we will discuss in the later topic when we will discuss about cache memory separately. So here L1 cache and L2 cache, then third one is main memory, then disks, then disk cache, optical discs, and magnetic tape. So if we will goes down from top to bottom, now we know that if we goes down from top to bottom, your cost reduces, but access time and the capacity increases. Okay, so as we goes from top to down of the hierarchy, then decreasing cost per bit. Okay. Actually, cost per bit means it is not the cost of this memory device. It is the cost of bits which is stored uh, in this registers or main memory or cache memory. So, if we want to buy a computer which is of RAM, let's say 64 GB, because nowadays a computer having 4 GB or 8 GB RAM like this, but if we want to buy or if we want to purchase a computer system which is having RAM size of 64 GB, then approximately the price of that system will be nearby. It may be about the 1 lakh. But the secondary storage in today's system is approximately 500 GB or 1 terabyte. Okay, in that way, you can compare the cost per bit. So RAM size is 4 GB and secondary memory is 500 GB. So what is the cost per bit in the RAM is more than that of cost per bit in the secondary storage device. And that's why it is said that in memory hierarchy, as you goes down from top to bottom, your cost reduces, but capacity increases. That means your registers, your cache memory and main memory are more costlier, but having low capacity than your secondary storage device, which are less costlier than these primary devices. Then the another term is that increasing capacity. So the register size is equal to the size of what? Your register size, your registers are present inside the processor. And in microprocessor, we know that there are 8-bit registers and 16-bit registers like AL, BL, AX, BX. Okay, so there are 8-bit and 16-bit registers. So the register size is always equal to the size of word. Okay, size of word means it may be of 16-bit, it may be of 32-bit, or it may be of 64-bit of size. But this main memory size is somehow 4 GB. Like our RAM, then discs or optical discs or tape, then it is coming in the capacity of 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte like this. So when we goes down in the hierarchy, your cost reduces, but your capacity increases. Then it also increases the access time, which we have discussed before. As we goes down, your access time is also increases, capacity is also increases, but only your cost is decreases. Okay. And then next point is that decreasing frequency of the memory by the processor, that is locality of reference. So what is locality of reference? What is spatial locality? That we will discuss in detail, but in the cache memory concept, not now. Okay. So right now, just understood about this. That is the memory hierarchy. There are basic 5 elements in memory hierarchy. That is register, cache memory, main memory, disks, and magnetic tapes. Okay. Then after that, characteristics of memory hierarchy. But before that, let's discuss about the all these components, that is register, cache memory, main memory, disks, optical disks, and magnetic tape. So first starts with the register. So now we know that registers are present inside the processor, but these registers are usually is static RAM or SRAM in the processor of the computer, which is used for holding the data word, which is typically 64 or 128 bit. So the program counter register is the most important and as well as found in all the processors. Now we know that what is the working of program counter register. Okay, so most of the processors use status word register as well as an accumulator status was registered to show the flag. Now we already discussed about the condition flag, zero flag, carry flag, and negative flag. Okay, so the most common registers that are used in processor are program counter, status word register, accumulator. Status word register is used for decision making, and accumulator is used to store the data like mathematical operations. And usually the computers like complex instruction set have so many registers for accepting main memory, and RISC, that is reduced instruction set computers, have more registers. Now what is RISC, CISC, that also we will discuss. But right now, just understood about the basic concept of registers. Then after that, the another element in memory hierarchy that we have is the cache memory. So what is cache memory? Cache memory can also be found in the processor. As I told you, cache memory is always lies between the processor and the main memory, but it has been told that cache memory can also be found in the register. However, rarely it may be another integrated circuit which is separated into two levels, that is level 1 cache and level 2 cache. So cache holds the chunks of data which are frequently used from main memory, and the processor has a single core, then it will have 2 or more cache levels separately. Okay. Then main memory. Now we know that main memory in the computer is nothing but the memory unit in the CPU that communicates directly. So it is the main storage unit of the computer. And this memory is fast as well as large memory used for storing data throughout the operations of the computer. And this memory is made up of RAM as well as ROM, that is random access memory and read-only memory. Then next is the magnetic disks. So magnetic disks in the computer are circular plates fabricated of plastic, otherwise metal, by magnetized material. Now you have seen the magnetic tapes like CD, floppy disks, and so on. So frequently two faces of the disks are utilized, as well as many disks may be stacked on one spindle by read or write heads, and obtainable on every plane. So all the disks in computer turn jointly at high speed, and the tracks in which computers are nothing but bits which are stored within the magnetized plane in spot next to concentric circles. So these are usually separated into sections which are named as sectors. And then another element in the memory hierarchy that we have is the magnetic tape. So this tape is normally a magnetic recording which is designed with slender magnetizable covering on an extended plastic film of the thin strip, and is usually used to back up huge amount of data. Okay, then let's see the characteristics of memory hierarchy. So the memory hierarchy characteristics mainly includes the following. First one is the performance, then ability, access time, and cost per bit. So previously, as we have discussed, the designing of computer system was done without a memory hierarchy, and the speed gap amongst the main memory as well as the central processing unit registers enhances because of the huge disparity in access time, because access time is more. Okay, so which will cause the lower performance of the system. So the enhancement was mandatory. So this is the very important characteristics of memory hierarchy. So the enhancement of this was designed in the memory hierarchy model due to the system's performance increase. Okay, then the next characteristics of memory hierarchy is the ability. So the ability of the memory hierarchy means the total amount of data the memory can store. Okay, now how we can calculate the ability of particular device? We can calculate it by using the total amount of data it can hold, total amount of data it can store. Okay, so because whenever we shift from top to bottom inside the memory hierarchy, then the capacity will increases. Then access time. The access time in the memory hierarchy is the interval of the time among the data availability as well as the request to read or write. Now, what is the access time? We already discussed in previous lecture that the time elapsed between the start of operation to the end of operation. That means when performance want to read particular data from memory, the same when read operation starts, the time it requires from the read operation starts up to the read operation ends, that is the access time in the memory hierarchy. Okay, so this access time in the memory hierarchy is the interval of the time among the data availability as well as the request to read or write operation it requires. So because whenever we shift from top to bottom inside the memory hierarchy, then access time will be increased. Then another characteristics of memory hierarchy is that cost per bit. So also when we shift from bottom to top inside the memory hierarchy, cost for each bit will increase. Your magnetic tape are very cheaper than the cost of your registers, cache memory, and main memory. So as we go from bottom to top, the cost per bit will be increases. Okay, which means an internal memory is expensive as compared to the external memory. Okay, so these are the important characteristics about the memory hierarchy. Now, after that, the advantage of memory hierarchy. Then, what is the advantage of memory hierarchy, or why there is a need of memory hierarchy? Now, why there is a need of memory hierarchy? To improve the performance, to increase the ability, to increase the access time, and to reduce the cost per bit. That is the main objective of memory hierarchy. Now let's see the advantages of memory hierarchy. Now the need for a memory hierarchy includes memory distributing. It's simple and economical. Second one, it removes external destruction. Third, data can be spread all over. Fourth one, permits demand paging and pre-paging. And the fifth one is the swapping will be more proficient. Okay, so this is all about the memory hierarchy, and from the above what we have discussed, finally we can conclude that it is mainly used to reduce the cost per bit and to access the frequency and to increase the capacity and access time. Okay, so this is about the memory hierarchy. So what are the objectives? To reduce cost per bit, to increase access time, to improve the performance and improve the ability of particular storage devices. Okay, so by using this memory hierarchy, designers can make decisions that which memory device should they use as per their requirement.